The story really starts with I.F. Stone, who was the leading independent left journalist in the United States at the time. I.F. Stone was legendary. He had been a Washington correspondent for The Nation and worked with PM magazine and knew Leo Huberman in that context. I think Huberman and Sweezy and Stone were friends. They'd all been in and out of The Nation. In June 1951, Huberman and Sweezy were walking in Central Park. They stopped at a restaurant near the zoo and they bumped into I.F. Stone. And of course, naturally, they all sat down to talk. And Stone had told them the story about how his book couldn't be published. And of course, Monthly Review was just a magazine that had been in existence for a year. Albert Einstein wrote his Why Socialism for the first issue, Volume 1, Number 1, in May 1949. About a year later, in June 1950, the Korean War broke out. Stone, however, was in Europe at the time that the Korean War broke out. And while he was in Europe, he had been examining all of the press on the Korean War and the reports of the government and, of course, what McCarthy was putting out. And he found all sorts of discrepancies. Huberman and Sweezy had Stone send them the manuscript, which he sent overnight. And they decided right then that they were going to publish the book. They were going to create a book publishing operation, even if it was only for one book. The book itself, The Hidden History, was hidden, and people constantly searched it out. The media wouldn't touch the book. He tried to get this published in Britain, and the British publishers wouldn't publish it, basically because it was too hot. The United States did everything it could to stop the book from being disseminated, which is a sign of just how powerful an expose it was. The U.S. Embassy in Mexico bought up huge quantities of The Hidden History of the Korean War to remove it from circulation. We now have 400 military bases, U.S. military bases surrounding China. They don't have any surrounding us, of course, and or anywhere near us. And we have 400 military bases surrounding China, but a lot of that is based in Korea and Taiwan. So this set up the Cold War bulwark against China, part of the strategy of the so-called containment of China. U.S. warfare has been continuous since the Second World War and continuous over U.S. history, particularly if we're interested in world peace. We have to be able to understand how to see through the propaganda, see through the official secrets in order to resist. And the Hidden History of the Korean War is almost a methodology for engaging in that struggle and seeing through the secrets.